Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to the Hangin' with Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, please go on down and hit subscribe. Remember to leave comments on these videos. Don't forget to check out our description so you can find more information about our guests and our partners. We are here at Space Coast Comic-Con in Cocoa, Florida. And thanks to David Grace and Jake Estrada for bringing us in and letting us talk to these great creators of all kinds. We are here with artists, authors, filmmakers, comic creators. Man, this is a wonderfully creative place. And right now we are hanging with Cruz Ibarra, an artist and the owner of Cibarra's Art.
Right.
Thanks for hanging with us, man. Thank you so much. We were really drawn to your art in the other room.
Right.
And we're going to spin some up here on the wall, but
okay.
We want to ask you, you've got some great pieces that are, you explain it. Tell us, what makes your art so unique?
Well, I mean, it's basically two paintings in one, you know. In the daylight, it's a contemporary abstract piece, you know, fine art, but then you turn off the lights and you hit it with the black light, and it turns into, it's for the geeks and all of them, you know. It can be anything you want it to be.
It was amazing. We saw superheroes in there and emblems and all kinds of stuff that we all know here at the Comic-Con scene, you know. But when you turn those lights on, it's a great piece of fine art for the living room or the dining room or whatever.
Right.
And that's a really, what gave you, I know there's a story there. What gave you the idea for that kind of work?
Right. Well, what it was I've been painting these paintings, these comic, you know, fan art paintings for like a year, 2 years now. And wifey isn't letting me put up any of the paintings in the house. There's no way. Sometimes I'll sneak a painting up there or whatever, and then as soon as like family comes over, friends come over, she'll quickly take it down.
Yeah, Batman's got to come down.
It's no way, right? She wants fine art, you know, contemporary pieces to put up to match her room decor, you know, and I understand that, you know, and so I guess I was being a little stubborn and stuff like that, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm gonna sneak this in, and I got to figure out how I want to do it, and that's
the ultimate marital workaround. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And really, that, you know what, it's a workaround, but it's a great compromise because these are great pieces. The work that you put into the comic art is fantastic. It's amazing.
Thank you.
But almost as important as that is the actual piece that's seen in the daylight. Mm-hmm. Those are beautiful abstract pieces of art.
You have to make two beautiful paintings, or else it isn't going to work.
It's not. They have to complement each other. One has to be, you know, just as beautiful as the other.
Right.
And you can see the heart and soul you're putting in. Now, how long have you been painting?
Maybe 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. I've been artistic my whole life, but my son, who was like 5 at the time, we got into the Marvel video games and started liking Nightcrawler. So when Christmas time came around, the Avengers were real popular and all these other characters, but Nightcrawler wasn't, and we couldn't find anything online, on eBay, anything like that, maybe a $60 figurine or whatever, and really nothing. And I told my wife, you know what, I'm going to paint him a painting, and it came out really great, and I just kept on at it. And then one day I was like, well, let me try to, you know.
Now that's an amazing gift to discover one day. I love art. I love good visual art. My hands and my brain don't talk to each other.
Right.
So if I were to try to do that, I would end up with a stick figure, like with a little Nightcrawler, you know, written next to it. So what is your favorite medium in the last couple of years as you're doing your art?
For sure, acrylic.
Acrylic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
if I mess up, I can always just paint over it.
there you go.
Yeah.
And so, do you have any real projects that you're working on right now?
Yeah,
Something really special?
The hidden character, I mean, it's just something that just came to me last week. And
Oh,
I've been
wow.
doing it, yeah. Because before I would do acrylic paintings, and I would enhance the acrylic paintings with the black light. So, I would paint a Superman, let's say, or whatever, and then, you would hit it with the black light, and he would pop even more.
Okay.
So then now I'm doing this, and I'm trying to see if people like this, and it seems like they do.
I was going to say, how are you doing in there? How's it?
Yeah,
How are
people are blown away. I don't think people really understand what's going on. I have to show them, hey, it's two paintings. If you take the black light away, it's there's nothing there.
Wow.
And I have to show them. I have to figure out a way to.
Artists have a way of getting to the truth of the human condition, and it's amazing that what you've done speaks so well to this audience, because you know what, for 40 years we go out to our day jobs and our real lives, and we are what we are, and we come here and we are what we want to be.
Yeah.
So these cosplayers, they go to the bank, they go to grocery shopping like everybody else does, and then for one weekend every 6 months, they get to be who they want to be. Right. Doctor Who, we got Star Trek characters, we got Star Wars characters. You managed to do that in a painting.
Right.
That's an amazing gift, man. Yeah. That's fantastic.
And I wanted to tell you, it's more than. I want to go deeper than just the comic book scene or the comic fan art. I love the fan art, and that's, I love painting that, but I also want to go deeper with it. Like, I have ideas to where, have you ever seen a picture, like a photograph or a painting, where a person was doing something and you didn't know and you wanted to ask the person, what it was doing? What if you had a painting that could answer you back? For example, my daughter, there's a picture my wife took of my daughter outside in the sunlight, and I wasn't there that day, but she took a picture. She's looking down at her hands, and it's a beautiful picture. And you look at the picture and you're thinking to yourself, what is she looking at, Okay, so let's say I painted that piece, right? And you hit it with the black light, and she's surrounded by butterflies. And there's a butterfly on her hand.
Wow.
Or how about another one? How about a 6-year-old boy? I have a 6-year-old boy, right, Raphael. And what if I painted him running outside, right? He had a glass jar, and he's running through the field, okay? And you hit it with the black light, and he's surrounded by fireflies. And he has a couple fireflies in the jar,
Wow.
So, it's just the possibilities are endless, and my mind is racing.
That is fantastic, man.
So I just gotta.
Wow.
I just gotta do it,
Wow, that is awesome. I love it. Yeah. I do. That is because I think so many times we see a photograph or we see a painting or whatever, and we look. There's an infamous, if not famous, line that is attributed to, if not real, it's Da Vinci saying that the Mona Lisa had secrets.
Right.
There's a woman with secrets. What if you could hit it with a black light and know what her secrets were?
Right.
That's an amazing idea, and that you found a way to do it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. So let me ask you a question. If you could paint yourself into any world, I'm going to double this one up. Paint yourself into any world.
Right.
Tell me what world it would be.
Okay.
And then tell me what I'd see when I hit it with a black light. So.
Right. I'm always fascinated because I'm from Mexican heritage, right?
Okay.
And one of my bucket lists, you could say, was to go see the Aztec temples and the Mayan temples and stuff, which I did on my honeymoon, and it was beautiful. I mean, you stand there and it's amazing. And if I was going to paint myself in a painting, I would paint myself back in the Mayan civilization or the Aztec civilization.
And now when I hit that with a black light, what am I going to see, man? What's floating around there, huh?
Right? I don't know. I would have to think about that.
You'd have to think about that, huh?
That's a good question.
Okay, inside Cruz's head. That's What are the secrets there? So I'll tell you what, you work with a lot of comic book characters in your art right now, and obviously you're looking at a lot of other natural arts and things like that, butterflies and fireflies and your children and live action. So as you became familiar with art, what are some of your favorite drawings or subjects? It could be anything, man. Still life, cartoon character. What are your favorite subjects?
Like I said, I think the reason I'm here is because I love painting the comic book characters. And that's the reason I'm here.
Do you have a favorite? Stand out. Who's your guy, man?
Right? Trying to think. Love Iceman. I love Nightcrawler.
I got a comic book character for you that harkens back to the story you just told.
Okay.
Our sister show, our one of our affiliate shows, is my sister-in-law is they're filmmakers out in LA. They covered WonderCon for us this year.
Okay.
And she ran into a cosplayer who did a mashup together, and he was Captain Mexico.
Really?
And all of his powers came from the ancient Mayan legends.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So he built a shield and everything. He had the look of Captain America with the Mexican colors, but the most important stuff was in the decor, because the decor that he chose was all from Mayan heritage. And he said, one of the things he told her on camera was there were so many of the powerful supernatural stories come from the ancient civilizations. And so he brought his powers from the Mayan legends. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. I knew you'd appreciate that. You got to check out our Hangin' With at WonderCon. Check out Captain Mexico. Because it was, it was a timely thing. There was a social message there, obviously. But mostly he was just proud of his heritage and the culture that it comes from.
I think everybody should be. I mean,
that's amazing.
We don't all have to, everybody's different. And we don't have to hate, because of somebody's different.
This is one of those places where we get to experience, you and I get to experience it on a level that everybody outside sometimes has difficulty with. Because in here, this is the geekdom, man. We're just all geeks.
Yeah.
And wherever we're from, we're proud of it, but this is where we are, and we're happy with it. So where are you going to be next? Where can people find this amazing art next?
I'm going to be at Claremont Comic-Con.
Claremont Comic-Con?
Yeah,
okay, coming up.
Do that one.
Awesome. Check him out. Find him at Claremont Comic-Con. And you guys, we have to spin this art up. You got to see it to believe it. It's amazing stuff. Cruz, thanks so much for hanging with us, man. Thank you for sharing your vision. I can't wait to see those paintings. Not just the superhero stuff, but the other stuff. That is such an insightful idea, I think. As artists, that's what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to peek inside the minds of our subjects. So we have to wrap it up, they're telling me. So as we wrap it up, we're going to thank our friends at Something Unique Magazine, Florida Book News, Famous Faces and Funnies, our Wordfire Press partners, the Historical Miniature Gaming Society, the South Chapter. These guys are sharing our videos. We are at Space Coast Comic-Con in Cocoa, Florida, and we are hanging with artists, authors, creators of all kinds. We have been hanging with Cruz Ibarra, the artist at Cibarra's Art, where you can find out not just what's in the painting, but what's behind the painting. Awesome stuff. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for hanging with us. Remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.